So I'm going to show you this news report I remembered. It's from a while ago, but it's still relevant today because in this society, you're only valued if you're rich and famous if you're a man. And since this is the reality, you gotta appreciate moments like these because these moments are rare. Before I discuss more, I want to show you this clip.
Our series, A More Perfect Union, aims to show that what unites us as Americans is far greater than what divides us. When it comes to making friends, high school can be especially difficult. For some teenagers, the hardest part of the day can be lunchtime in the high school cafeteria. CBS This Morning Saturday co-host Dana Jacobson visited Boiling Springs High School in South Carolina to see how a simple question changed one student's life.
Tell me about the first day of school this year.
I was sitting at lunch like I normally did, and they came up to me and asked me to sit with them.
Who was they? Who came up to you?
The student council.
What did you think when they came up?
I was excited.
Excitement might not be the typical reaction for a high school student, but lunch has never been very social for sophomore Andrew Kirby.
Last year, what was lunch like?
I was sitting like alone.
A lot of times at lunch, I'll text Andrew.
Kay Kirby is Andrew's mom.
And I said, "Are you eating with anyone?" And he said, "No." And I sat at my desk at work and I just prayed. I said, "Lord, please send somebody to eat with him."
Making friends hasn't been easy for Andrew. He was born with a neurological disorder and has undergone several major surgeries.
You hear that he's sitting alone as a mom. How did that make you feel?
Oh, it broke my heart.
But that changed on the first day of school when members of the student council noticed that Andrew was eating alone and invited him to join them.
We were sitting by ourselves. We'd want to go sit with someone, so we didn't want someone to have to sit by themselves.
Everyone needs to have someone, and anyone can be a help with that.
It's very encouraging to know that there are teenagers out there that took their time.
Thank you.
They weren't being in their own clique. They weren't being selfish. They took their time to reach out to somebody that might be different. And you never know what a child's going through. Maybe they've got a bad home life. Maybe they're depressed, and there's a kid sitting by themselves and they notice that. The peace I have now at lunch, I don't feel like I need to text him and check on him.
What started as a small act of kindness has even gone beyond the cafeteria.
They went to the movies together a couple weeks ago, and he had never really been invited by other kids his age to go out and hang out as a 16-year-old.
What did that mean to you?
Like it made me feel special that someone would ask me to go.
A special gesture that would have a lasting impact.
Have you been eating lunch with them every day since?
Yeah.
You're not hearing from Andrew around lunch anymore.
No, he hadn't texted me since.
For CBS This Morning, Dana Jacobson, Boiling Springs, South Carolina.
All right, as you can see, you really notice that stuff like this does not happen in real life. Because what you saw here is you see students on a higher status position inviting a student from a lower status position. But in real life, people will not hang out with you unless you're seen as a potential, if you're seen as useful for their career goals or whatever, or their goals to become famous or whatever. For the record, I live in California, where you either are a woman or a man, you're either rich or famous or you're not. You have self-actualization or you don't have self-actualization, rather going through a midlife crisis or a quarter-life crisis like I am. You either have a lot of followers or you don't have enough followers. And honestly, I see this, and one thing I noticed is that this took place in South Carolina. I mean, is South Carolina really that more welcoming? Please let me know in the comments below, because I would like to move to a place where it's a bit more welcoming and it's easier to make friends. But then again, I mean, this idea of that the state-driven society is basically everywhere now, and the reason why this does not happen, and that's why this stuff like this does not happen in real life. And you gotta appreciate moments like this. Also, I'm in a cosplay community. I go to anime conventions. This does not happen. People will only talk to you if you're rich or you're famous. That's why people will line up in long lines just to have a few minutes with a celebrity that's guesting there. That's why people will only hang out with people with higher amounts of followers, because that's what it's become nowadays. you're only a number in this society, especially if you're a man. You're only a number. You're not a human being with social needs, with a life or anything. You're a number. And I wish more moments like this happen in real life. I go outside and all I see is a lack of dirt spaces. There are times where I just feel like I just don't belong in this world, and like I just wish everything was not conditional. I just wish that I didn't have to make a name for myself if I wanted to be seen as worthy. Like it's really depressing to society, okay? I mean, anyways, end of rant. Moral of the story, appreciate moments like this that you see happening.